If you're talking trucks, you're talking Lewisburg Ford. With over 100 new F-150s on the lot, Lewisburg Ford is your truck headquarters. Right now, get up to $13,500 off MSRP on the new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT or 2.9% financing. Lewisburg Ford has been awarded the 2025 Ford President's Award. They are the #1 F-150 dealer in KC 9 years running, so you know they'll treat you right. Lewisburg Ford and LewisburgFord.com.
Welcome back to Between Two Fountains. Hopefully you haven't been sitting there waiting for, 3 weeks for another episode. But if you have, thanks. We need a fan. I'm Mick Shaffer in Kansas City, still working every single day of the off season. He's Greg Gurley, doing the exact opposite. How are you, Greg?
I'm doing great. Yes, that's fair. I am doing the exact opposite. Relaxing a little bit, wash, rinse, repeat, a little sleep, eat, drink, repeat. So, yeah, sorry.
I want you to jump in that, Mexican pool or Mexican Ocean, whatever, either body of water behind you at some point during this show. Does that work?
I mean, it's just a pool. I mean, it's in Mexico, but it's just a pool. Not a Mexican pool. Yeah.
It's not different? It doesn't have a lime in it or anything
no,
like that?
The same. I think it's the same. I don't know.
Does it have, salt around the rim?
I don't think so. No, well, we'll check. I'll get down there.
Give it a shot. Get your tongue out. Lick it. Lick it. Hey, a lot to get to from, April or whenever the last time we did this, including your best bud, who you say always is going to come on the show, Rob Riggle. He's yet to be on the show, but he did deliver a masterclass Chiefs release video with one of my favorites, Lisa Gilroy. What a home run. What a grand slam the Chiefs hit with not only Rob, but also Lisa. And they had one of the top release videos out there. I was proud of them. Usually they're middle of the road at best.
No, very creative. And you and I kind of share in the like of humor like that. I guarantee you there was a lot of Chiefs fans and other people that didn't get it and thought it was stupid because it was so sarcastic and whatever. Yes. But it was exactly what, again, you and I like. So I, of course, loved it like you did. And it was just, it was kind of like, remember the old days when he would do those 2 or 3 minute bits on Fox pregame. And it was always something, you think about how hard that would be creatively to do something new every week and then to do something like that. I mean, obviously they have writers and stuff, but yeah, it was fantastic.
It was, and they obeyed my rules of NFL release videos because I watch them all. I watched all 32 again this year. I ranked them all, right? And my main rule is unless your player is Baker Mayfield, Peyton Manning, Travis Kelce, Jameis Winston, don't have your players act in these videos, right? Hire real actors, hire real comedians. It makes a difference. They did that. They got not only a comedian, but a Kansas City comedian and a Kansas City comedian that knows sports. Like you mentioned, he used to do those things all the time on Fox. But then also they got Lisa Gilroy. You should look up her stand-up, all her stuff. She is brilliant. I don't know why she's not a star yet. They brought her in, and it was just they knocked it out of the park.
And their back and forth was so good, and it was so subtle, but yet pointed and aggressive. It was comedic genius. How about that?
Proud of him. I'm trying to find my list here. I made a list of all 32 teams. I'm kind of bored. When I'm bored, I do that.
How big
when you're bored, you go to Cabo.
How big of a dork are you? You did that?
I did.
Do you have a family or do stuff
Yeah, together? I do, but that kind of they drive me to do these things. Not like I want to hang out with them.
Okay.
You haven't have you watched any of the others?
No, not one. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, I watched the Riggle one this morning when you texted me. So I guess golf. I'm just out of the loop.
You got golf and pool and oceans to get to.
Busy,
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you the 5 or 6 other ones to watch here. Okay, does that work?
Yeah.
The Colts. They did a Simpsons thing.
Okay.
And it was hilarious. It was really good. A lot of Easter eggs. The Buccaneers had Baker Mayfield and a shirtless Burt Kreischer, of course. And Burt Kreischer is doing Baywatch with his shirt off.
Yeah.
Really funny.
It'd be more uncommon if it was a shirt on Bert Kreischer.
Yes. I'm not a huge Bert Kreischer fan, but it worked in this instance.
I think he kind of splashed on the scene with his shtick, and he was very funny. But yeah, the long game with him probably isn't good.
Right. Yes, but in a little 3-minute video is great.
Perfect.
The Raiders. So they got Mendoza and Kirk Cousins. I know it's breaking my rule. Don't have your guys act, but their whole shtick is that they're awkward and plain and simple. They had them reenact Step Brothers.
Okay.
And it is right on. It is perfect.
Because you described those two perfectly. After watching the QB thing with Kirk Cousins, super boring. Liked him. I liked him, but Mendoza kind of seems like he's got a little Revenge of the Nerds quality to him.
A lot of it, yes.
Yeah.
It's like father son.
But what makes it great, even though I haven't seen it, is if they accept that, then great.
They just played into it.
Okay.
They played into it. Chiefs is great. The Seahawks is a perfume theme. Very good. The Rams did Napoleon Dynamite. And the Giants had Jameis Winston out in public doing Pictionary with everybody. Watch those, okay?
Okay.
And you'll be fine.
Okay. All right, I'll report back.
Did you digest the Chiefs' schedule? Did you formulate, like, I think they're going to go this record this season?
It's kind of hard to do that because we don't know who QB1 is early, because early on it looks fairly difficult. Both those games are at home. And then I don't have it in front of me, but it seemed like in the middle of the season, there were like 3 road games in a row that looked to be very difficult.
Yeah, from like Thanksgiving through like the middle of December, they're going to the Bills, to the Bengals,
and the Rams.
To the Rams. All in a row, whatever order.
Is it me, or do we play at Buffalo damn near every year?
It's you. Well, here's the deal. It rotates. There was a while there where the Chiefs played like 6 of 7 games against Buffalo in Arrowhead.
Oh, okay.
But it rotates, right? Whether you're playing the AFC East or you're just playing that team because you finished first in the division, they finished first in the division.
Okay.
And so it'll hit. If you remember, the Chiefs went to Foxborough. It felt like 5 years in a row because they caught that rotation at the wrong time and kept playing the Patriots on the road. And so, now I'm joking. It's not just you. Now it feels like the Chiefs are returning the favor and having to go to Buffalo quite a bit. And in between there, with both the Chiefs-Patriots scenario and the Chiefs-Bills scenario was, playoff games too, where it just so happened that the Bills were coming here, the Chiefs were going to the Patriots. So, you get stuck in that rotation and can feel like that.
Right. All right. Well, it is what it is. That's, in my quick glance, I thought that 3-game road trip in the middle against 3 really good teams, or at least teams that we've struggled with in the past. So whatever, QB1's a big deal, or see what happens. I saw you playing golf the other day. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, were you at that tournament? Is that where you're at? Are you playing golf with him?
No. So it looked like, I don't know where that was. That didn't look to be Kansas City because I saw
that
mountains.
Is Hawaii tournament, I want to say. I'm not sure.
I don't think there's mountains in Kansas or Missouri, so that was somewhere else.
I think there's mountains in Missouri, just not near Kansas City.
Yeah.
Ozarks.
And it's not really a destination golf trip either, if there are mountains in Missouri.
Not many spots there.
No.
Shawnee Golf and Country Club.
Is that where you play?
It is. It's where you can find me.
Well, I won't be looking.
Yeah, I'll bring you out one of these times. Member guest, Shawnee National.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's do it.
I get even worse whenever it's like competitive golf.
I'm a member guest. I'm a member guest pro. I got 4 this year.
Wow.
I got a lot of. If you were fatter, I got a lot of swag for you. You get a lot of cool gifts at member guests.
You do, man. Those are expensive. I like the ones where the members like, I'll cover you. I'll pay for everything. Really appreciate that.
No, that's a way better deal.
Yeah. All right. Are you blaming the manager or the manager of Hawaiian Bros, Greg, for the reason the Royals are on a skid. Have you heard about this thing?
I have heard about it, and I think you got to go up a level. I don't think a manager makes those kind of calls. I think it's more of the, CFO or something that.
So who's more at fault, the GM of the Royals or the GM of Hawaiian Bros for this latest skid?
Oh, I blame Hawaiian Bros, right?
Of course, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the Royals did wrong other than had a good sales staff that talked them into doing this.
Yeah.
And then they didn't. I mean, no such thing as good, or what is it? No such thing as bad press, but this doesn't look very good to them.
So if you don't know, Hawaiian Bros had this promotion where, every time the Royals scored 6 runs, you could come in and get a free meal. You didn't even have to be at the game. You didn't have to show your ticket. I think that was their biggest mistake.
Yeah,
anybody, just sign up for their app, for their promotions deal. They'll get your information. And in turn, every time they score 6 runs.
Well, then that guy needs to be fired. Whoever sat in that conference room and then convinced someone that you don't have to have a ticket. I didn't know that.
No, back in the day, they had, if you got 12 hits, you got a dozen donuts from Krispy Kreme.
Right.
But you had to be at the game. You had to show your ticket.
Which makes sense.
No.
That makes sense.
So the Royals at the end of April kind of caught fire. And the beginning of May, and they were winning games, and they were scoring half a dozen runs quite a bit. And so what it would have been 2 weeks ago tomorrow, so roughly on May 4th or so, the Hawaiian Bros came out and they pulled the reins back, little takesy-backsies on, and said, hey, this is too much. It's now buy one, get one whenever it happens. And the Royals have not scored 6 runs since.
Well, and it seems that 6 is kind of low. Like for a promotion like that, you would have thought it would have been like, I know, but like, financially, they're probably like, okay, I'm sure I say I'm sure they did. You would have thought they would have run the numbers and be like, hey, last year, how many times the Royals score? 6. Yes. It's called analytics works in Hawaiian chicken as well, right? Yeah. Or you think it would.
Especially if you're giving it to everybody.
Everybody. Yeah, God, we're so busy, but we sold $200 worth of huli chicken today.
Something needs to happen. I'm going to go do like a sacrificial meal there. I think on my way in, I pass one every day, and just see if I can jumpstart the Royals because they suck again. They definitely suck again, and it can't be Q or JJ or the players' faults like Vinny. Yeah. Actually, it's probably mostly Vinny and Salvi's fault. Here's the question I was thinking about, because we've never had to talk about this with Patrick Mahomes because he hit the ground running. He came in an organization with a great head coach, great ownership, great tight end and pieces around him. That Mahomes has been great. The team's been great. You feel like I worry that we're wasting Bobby Witt Jr. in this town. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, but I would say that the pieces they have around him, the Vinnies and the Salvis and Mike and Garcia, those are all really, really good pieces that a lot of people would love to have. So there is a supporting cast, but they're just not producing. Michael is, but
Michael is. I put him in a different group than Vinny and Salvi. I don't know at this point in Salvi's career, and then Vinny, I guess overall, who's just a great teammate, a great leader. You'd want him in your locker room, your clubhouse for any time, anywhere, any sport. I don't think he's a major league 3-hole hitter. I feel like those guys, him and Salvi, should be hitting 5-6. And if you got guys, real 3- and 4-hole hitters in, then all of a sudden this is a team.
Well,
and
you also got
2 pieces they're missing.
Well, and the other thing you got to consider is that we are a small market team and our payroll is what it is. And so JJ's got to piece things together, and you got to give the contract to Vinny that they gave him before he even hit when he should have got it, right? That's kind of what we do, is to overpay early in order to keep them longer. And sometimes you hit, sometimes you don't. You mean you hit on a successful, bargain, I guess there is to say. But yeah, it's frustrating right now because I watch every game. I mean, I love it, and even when they're losing, but it's hard. We just don't get timely hits. Our pitching's been really good on the front end. And, there's another financial decision when you have to pay for a bullpen. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to do when you have whatever our payroll is compared to the Dodgers and the Yankees. How do you get from that middle tier to the upper middle tier?
Yeah.
You're never going to get to the top.
No, it's just frustrating. I mean, they've been to one playoffs, right, since he's been there, and they take 7 of the 15 teams now from the American League, from each league, to the playoffs. It's not like 1985 where you had to win your big old division. You go right to the ALCS, and only 2 teams out of the league go. You have to be great just to have a chance at the World Series. So you can be average and get into the tournament, and the Royals aren't that most years. So it's just
all it takes is a hot couple weeks, bud. Come on, glass half full, please.
They had a hot couple weeks, and it's been surrounded by like
couple more.
3 weeks that were crap before him and 2 weeks that were crap after. That's the
cheer
problem.
up. Come on, faith,
They're
optimism.
20-28.
All right,
Shut up.
all
The
right,
team expected to win 86 games or something like that.
all right. So the next 30, they go 20-10.
Yeah,
Where you
okay.
at 10? Okay.
That would be great. By the way, they have 2 of their 5 starters in the rotation on the IL now, too.
God, anything else you want to?
Yeah, there's a lot more, actually.
You want to walk out on the street, tell some kid there's no Easter Bunny? What else you want to do? Jesus,
Yeah.
come on.
Is that
cheer
the
up?
equivalent of telling you the Royals suck? You still believe?
I mean, you're such a
Great.
downer. You're an orange. You're Grinch. You're in a Grinch. Come on.
I'm a realist. It is no longer early. They're like 50 games to the season. It's dumb. Blow it all up. Blow it all up. The
Cheer
more you
up,
push
bud.
me, the crankier I'm going to get about it, too.
I don't think that's possible at this point.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of baseball, we actually have great baseball around the area. I'm going to start from the kind of bottom up here. Have you heard about Johnson County Community College?
I have.
This is unbelievable. Sorry.
Yeah.
But this is unbelievable. So they have this kid who's like a 5'9" leadoff hitter. His name's Ryan Bradford. He's from one of the suburbs in St. Louis. He's a true freshman, and he has hit 41 home runs this season.
Yeah.
The only guys in college baseball history at any level who've hit more are Pete and Cavilla. You and I are old enough to remember him. Oklahoma Stater.
Yep.
48 in 1985. And then some Florida State guy like Jeff Ledbetter in 1997 hit 42. And he's hit 41. I interviewed him yesterday. And his 38th homer of the year came this past weekend in the bottom of the 9th, down 9-7 to Barton County, season on the line, and he hits a walk-off grand slam. If they lose that game, their season's over. They're the number 1 team in the country. He hits a walk-off grand slam, and then the next day goes out and hits 3 more home runs. This kid's unbelievable.
Well, I've always said, Johnson County Community College should be one of the most attractive junior colleges for kids to go, simply because of location and facilities and whatnot. Because I've been around the state, and you go to Barton County or you go to Garden City, and you're like, all right, Johnson County or Garden City. Sorry, Garden City, but there's a big difference. And you would still have a big city feel no matter where you lived out there. And again, the facilities and everything. I know basketball had a really good year at Johnson County this year. So it's great to see, and hope it continues.
It's amazing. And yeah, the Last Chance U was never considering Johnson County
Right.
to do a documentary.
You ever notice that we always call Johnson County JUCO?
I talked about that yesterday. I don't do that. Why do you guys do that?
Hey, where's your kid going to? Oh, she's going to JUCO. And I'm like, well, which JUCO?
Which one?
And it's like, no, Johnson County. I was like, well, that would be JCCC.
Yes, that's Joe. If you want to call it JOCO, I get that.
It's
That makes
JUCO.
sense.
JUCO could be, whatever,
A million
Indian
of them.
Hills. And yeah.
Yeah, it
All
could
right,
be KCK, right? It could
Hey,
be.
mark that down, Easton. Mick and I are on the same page on that one.
Finally on that. Yeah, I was telling some of that. I'm like, I've lived here for 25 years now. I still don't get why everybody from Johnson County calls Johnson County JUCO when it doesn't narrow it down. But it's like, I don't know, you Johnson Countyans, that's the your own world. There's nothing that exists outside of Johnson County, I guess.
Are you not a Johnson Countyan?
Oh, I am.
Okay.
But not like I'm a transplant.
Well, the way you said it, you go, you Johnson Countyan.
The ones that you guys grew up, you went to school there in Johnson County.
I'm a Leawood lifer, so I don't say Johnson County. I'm a 97th in Mission to 133rd in Mission. They're gonna make a.
I wish maybe we hopefully in post we can put this up. Did you see the Knicks game picture the other night? It was Tina Fey sitting next to Timothy Chalamet, and he dates one of the Kardashians, right?
Probably
one of the Kardashians. So in a row, it was Tina Fey with her glasses on, all primped up and proper and everything. And then next to her was Timothy Chalamet, all kind of like dressed baggy clothing, hat on backwards, stupid mustache, just kind of slumped down, kind of like thugged out, right? Or trying to be. And then next to him was gorgeous Beverly Hills Kardashian, all done up and everything. And somebody wrote from Tina Fey to Timothy Chalamet to the Kardashian. They wrote Prairie Village, Olathe, Leawood.
That's pretty good.
Perfect.
That's pretty good. I like it. That's creative. Did you write that? Were you the guy?
I would have gotten in trouble for it probably, but I can relay it.
What happens at your workplace when you do something that warrants maybe, hey Mick, you shouldn't do it? Like who calls you?
Hopefully that doesn't happen. It hasn't happened.
Okay.
Our news director. Yeah. I think I know the I don't know how far to push the envelope.
Yeah. Gray area.
Other people have been called in for like maybe some pictures they post on the gram and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't get too racy with my social media posts or my pictures or anything.
I'm not going to make any 4-digit combos of numbers and seashells down there.
Don't do that.
I don't even know what that means.
Get canceled by half the people, loved by half the people.
Yeah.
So I'm working my way up to KU baseball here because Central Missouri baseball, they're going to the World Series like Johnson County. Johnson County is 62-3, by the way.
Oh my God. And their season was going to be was going to be over if they don't hit a home run?
Yeah, because the day before they lost to Cali, which ended a 41-game winning streak. So they had to come up through the losers bracket. 62-3, they're the number one team. They're going out to Grand Junction as a team, they've hit 204 home runs, all-time college baseball record.
God.
The guy who hits second on the team has hit 35 bombs. Jeez. The third guy's hit 28. It's just off the charts.
And nowadays, those 2 or 3 guys are going to have massive paydays because leading into your next statement is going to be KU baseball, which has a lot of junior college kids on it, which whatever the names are of these Johnson County kids, I'm imagining the kid with 41 home runs
TCU
is going to have. What's that?
He's going to TCU.
Oh, okay. And we don't know the money, but it's going to be significant.
He's a true freshman as well, and he's already the all-time leading home run hitter at
Johnson County.
At Johnson County for all the years, total career combined. So UCM, Central Missouri, they're going to the D2 Baseball World Series, and now we get to it. The KU baseball team hit a little bit of a tough patch there, lost 4 in a row, got swept by West Virginia. That probably killed their super regional hosting aspirations, which means out of the top 8 basically in the nation. But I think they're still going to host a regional, which means you're basically in the top 16. Right, that's never happened in Lawrence.
No, so it's great. The rebirth has been amazing. Fitz does an amazing job, and not only when you look at what he did last year, which was crazy impressive, and then to lose a ton of those guys and do it again at a higher level. Technically last year Kansas won the most games in the Big 12, but didn't win the Big 12 because West Virginia had a couple rainouts and their winning percentage was higher. And so they've won the most games in the Big 12 back-to-back years. So like you said, they had a bit of a hiccup, lost those 3 at home to West Virginia, who was the team battling to get back in it. And so they allowed them back in it and then had to go win 2 games at BYU, which BYU was more of not a bottom feeder, but middle of the pack. I think they're about 500, and Kansas did what they had to do and won 2 of the 3 games and won their first championship since, what was it, 47 or 49?
49, I think.
49. So, back in 1993, University Final Four that I was a part of, a small part of, and then football went to the Aloha Bowl and won, and Kansas got to the College World Series. So, yeah,
And
pretty
that
cool
doesn't
deal.
happen often. All 3 of those things. Rare.
No, it does not. And we should have looked back and seen when that has happened since. I'm sure it has with maybe an SEC school or somebody like that. But at the time, that was a huge deal.
No, it was a huge deal. I remember that year in question. And so, hey, maybe they can get back this year. Can't wait for the Big 12 tournament this week. And then we'll find out Sunday or early Monday, their fate. And if they're hosting a regional, it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. And all that. Speaking of hitting homers, I feel like all they do is hit bombs as well. They got some bashers on that team.
Yeah, on Friday, game 2 of the BYU series, they gave up a big lead, and BYU tied it at 8 or 9 or whatever, and then top of the 9th, just hit an absolute bomb solo homer to win it. And so they've really lived off the home run ball, which makes it even more fun to watch. And the atmosphere at Hoagland Ballpark has been amazing. So if we get to host any games, it'll be fantastic. A lot of people don't like our stadium because it's small and all that, but when it's packed, it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's awesome, right on top of you. And they're gonna. I think they're gonna have to do some things to increase the capacity in order to be able to host, which they're doing. And like you said, probably gonna miss out on the Super Regional, but could win the Big 12 tournament and go on a run and maybe sneak back in there. But right now it looks like just the first part.
But still, that's fine. And look, when you host a regional, it's not, say you're the 12 seed or whatever, and you're lined up with the 5, doesn't mean the 5's going to win, right? Doesn't mean you're going to be going to that 5 seed. And so just getting to that super regional, I think would just be a huge accomplishment. You're like 1 series win away from making the World Series. And how many series did KU drop this year? Not many.
Not
couple.
Many.
That's it.
A couple early and a couple late. That was about it.
Yeah. All right. Fair and balanced here. Before we get out of here, we're talking KU. Got to talk K-State. My son graduated college this weekend, Greg. It was at K-State. Is that a real college? Is that real degrees?
Is he the first?
Count that? Does that count as graduating?
Is he the first Shaffer to ever graduate from college?
No.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought it was fair to ask.
Well, I graduated from KU. Does that count?
I mean, it's up here. Yeah, it's kind of the Harvard of the Midwest. Is that what we call it? Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's always a fun weekend, no matter where you go to school. And
send a gift.
Okay, like a pen and pencil set from like Dillard's.
Something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
It's professional now. Maybe like a business card holder, something like that.
Gravy ladle. I remember the bullshit gifts. I shouldn't say that because some people might be watching it, but you got I still make fun of my cousin because he got me a briefcase, like a old school, like hard edged briefcase.
You were never gonna.
Well, I carried it but it was like a handle. There was no shoulder strap or whatever, and so like, well, I don't know what I put it like, crackers and I don't know what else I put in there.
You put food in there?
Pretty much. I mean, I didn't have like a lot of files. It was a first year job. But yeah, that's awesome. And, it's that time of year and it's going on everywhere. And, how many is that for you? How many have graduated from college? Is that the second one?
No, it's just my first.
I mean, okay. And you got another one.
You've got both of yours who graduated, right?
Yeah. I mean, big announcement since we were together. My daughter, Kate, got engaged.
Oh, I buried the lead there.
So we got got a wedding to plan here in the next year or so. So Kate and Nick will get married, and they bought a house. They're moving back from Denver, bought a house in Kansas City. So it was a good month. Like, we got our baby back, and she's moving into, you can't take the Leewood out of her. She's back in the wood. That's what we call it, the wood.
She's like
It's
the
kind of a tough place to
Kardashians.
grow up. Yeah.
Like the Kardashians. Well, congratulations. That's pretty awesome. Is it? I can't remember. Is it more expensive or cheaper to have the daughter in the marriage?
I think you should know this. I think it's the way more expensive.
That's why I had boys. Well, then one girl. But.
Well, the biggest problem with the numbers at my daughter's wedding isn't going to be her or her fiance Nick or Nick's family. It's probably going to be me, because I'm a all-inclusive, want everybody there, and I want a big party. I like parties.
Yeah.
And so that I'm going to be my biggest problem, my own. And which is kind of my day-to-day life. So I don't know how, well, Amy too, but it's probably going to be me. So
what are the percentage odds that I'll get an invitation? What are the chances?
When I was describing what I just described, I was worried that, like, as I say that, then everyone's like, oh, he's going to invite everybody. And then he doesn't. And you're like, Jesus. So I wouldn't even.
I'm not.
He's
yeah.
inviting everybody except me. So it's a fair question. I don't have a great number, but I'm going to put it in the under 10% chance of being invited.
So you're saying there's a chance. Okay.
About the same percent chance of me and Amy being invited to one of your kids' weddings.
Well, I don't know. We're podcast brethren now.
Oh, okay. All right.
The relationship is only growing. I think it's
right.
only going to get higher and closer to 10%.
Okay, I'll go. That's a good point. I'm going to go to 17%.
I love it. I'll start making plans.
Okay.
Because this will be, engagements now last like a year and a half. So this will be down the road.
Yeah, and maybe it's for a different one, but young couples that get engaged now have so many more parties, and it's even worse when they get pregnant, because they have all these things that some of the young kids that I work with, let's say late 20s, that are getting ready to have babies, like, hey, what'd you do for your baby moon? Or what'd you do for your gender reveal? Or what'd you do for a push gift? And I was like, I don't know what any of those are. I've done none of them. And those are all things that you have to like buy, or I don't understand the baby moon. You go on a trip before you have the baby.
Wow, that's so dumb.
Which your wife is, pregnant, like, I don't know, 6 months
save
pregnant.
Money for the baby. How about that?
So you go on like a trip. The wife can't drink or do anything, and she's probably
shouldn't
not
fly.
that great to travel when you're, I don't know. It seems like a dumb thing, but everybody does it, I guess, now. And the gender reveal, that's stupid. And then what's the other one I said? Oh, the push gift. So you got to buy a gift for your wife because she had the baby. She pushed the baby out. And you're like, all right. So I was 0 for 3 on those, but I don't really think those were a thing 26 years ago.
Yeah, I don't even know if I went to my own kids' like baby showers. Back then it was just the women went.
Right.
Guys don't want to do this. So whatever. To each their own, though. Congratulations. That's awesome. I can't wait for you to spend a ton of money and to be Grandpa Greg. That's the next step close. That's right after that.
That's
Grandpa
right.
Greg. That's how it works. All right. Well, let's get back to the sun and fun. When I grow up, I want to be Greg Gurley. One of these days.
You want to talk real quick? You and I were going to talk about the roast. It's somewhat timely.
You want to talk about that? Okay. That might take a while.
I mean, okay, well then should we save it about the Kevin Hart roast?
We'll save the Kevin Hart roast. Everybody watch the Kevin Hart roast and then check back to us next week. We'll be back next week, I promise.
And in addition to watching the Kevin Hart roast, watch others, whether it be Tom Brady or others, and do some comparisons, because I have my opinions, you have your opinions. I still love roast. Like, it wasn't like
Yeah, they're the best.
So the big question now is, should I get in this pool right now?
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it one time.
Like,
how should your suit on? It doesn't matter.
What's that?
Do you have your suit on?
No, but I can change.
Let's go. Cannonball it.
Well, it's not that kind of pool. Let's see. Can we see?
Yeah, I can see it. Don't hit your head.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
3, 2, 1. Hopefully your phone wasn't in your pocket, but that was awesome. And it kind of looks like you're in the ocean there.
It does
Man. Jeez. I'm going to go work and tend to some kid shit. And I'll let you have all the fun for both of us. For Wet Greg, I'm Dry Mick. We'll see you next time right here on Between Two Fountains.